I don't know how to pose. I don't know what to do with my arms, my face, my body, like everything.
Some of these girls, they've done jobs before. Like they've done modeling jobs before.
Right. Like this
It's
is
something
part
that
of
they
their
are
thing.
used to doing. And they are just naturals. And I am not. And so
Well, I would say they probably have had a lot more practice.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so I was very uncomfortable at first, especially when
This is the I'm Uncomfortable podcast, the podcast for people who want to be okay with being uncomfortable. We're your hosts, Vanessa.
and Melissa.
Welcome to another episode of the I'm Uncomfortable podcast, where we invite people to become the fullest versions of themselves by learning and growing from their uncomfortable moments. Today, we are going to talk about something that most people are uncomfortable with, and that is taking photos. We actually took two very different sets of photos, and we're going to talk a little bit more about them. But before that, we're going to get into what's made us uncomfortable lately. And I'm going to kick us off today by sharing something related to the first episode, if you haven't already listened. So in our first episode of the season, we share how we have stepped back into jobs that we've done previously. And as a principal, there are so many things I've had to do. I had our back to school barbecue yesterday, which was Saturday.
Cute.
Today's Sunday. I know it was cute, it was fun, but that also means that there's some work I haven't done. And one of Ross's friends is having like a taco party or something today. And I love a good social event.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if I can go to this one. I'm feeling very torn because on one hand, I do want to go and have fun and like have a taco, whatever. But on the other hand, I'm feeling like pressured to do work. And I haven't, I feel so dumb, like not dumb, but like I feel so ridiculous about it because literally he told me this yesterday and I've been like thinking about it since yesterday about, do I want to go? Do I not want to go? Like, can I handle going? I still have laundry to do. Like, it feels like such a simple decision, like if you're going to go or not to a thing, but I just I can't right now. I can't make up my mind if I want to go or not. So, and it's like happening in like an hour. I don't know. I still haven't decided. It's chaos over here in my brain.
Classic adulting question. It's on especially on a Sunday, day
That's
before
why.
a work day. It's like, it's a school night.
It
What?
is. TBD on if I go or not. I guess we'll have to check Instagram and see
If you go.
if I go. How about you?
So
What you doing?
decision paralysis
Decision
is what
fatigue, paralysis. Yeah, that's what I'm
is
dealing
what
with.
you're dealing with. For me, it's actually in relation to the topic that we'll get into.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just say the type of photo shoot that I participated in.
Let's do it.
And I
Yeah.
think when we were discussing this specific episode, we were talking about what makes this uncomfortable. Well, I think being in front of the camera is very uncomfortable, and feeling yourself in front of the camera is uncomfortable. And I would say it's slightly different when we're doing this. Like, we are obviously in front of a camera, we have a light in front of us, but it's just,
but it's different.
it's a FaceTime.
Yeah, this is just FaceTime.
It's just
with
a
my
FaceTime.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that when we do record in studio, and if there are people there, we also do feel slightly uncomfortable at first,
Slightly.
at least. And photo shoots are focused on you, so
Right.
it's specifically tears more uncomfortable.
Even when we just do you and me photo shoots without even a photographer like in the studio, that still is uncomfortable. All of a sudden, I'm
always
like, what
end
do I
up
do with my arms?
sweating.
Literally. Okay, so
But
yes.
yeah, my uncomfortable moment is in relation to the fact that I have, how do I even say this? I am
Melissa's famous now.
That's so funny because you're not the first person to say that, and it definitely does not feel like that. But I am lucky to be part of a makeup brand campaign. I am one of the models in one of 20 models that are in this campaign, and it's for a specific like foundation complexion product, and so that's why they had this many girls to cover the range of the shades.
I mean, I'm glad they have that many shades.
I have it with me.
Is that your shade?
That is my shade. I am a shade 11, if anyone is wondering, if you're my shade twin. But it was just so weird this past week, because this past week was launch week, where the brand itself was posting things on their profile and my face was in it. I was in videos, photos, all these things. I am on the Ulta website, if anyone shops at Ulta, I am also in your local Ulta in stores across the U.S.
Have you
and
seen
in
it
Canada.
already? Have you
No,
seen
I'm
your
going
face?
today. I haven't done it yet. But
Can you please take a picture by your picture? I just think that'd be so funny.
No, yeah, me and my partner are gonna go to Ulta and find my face. And
Did they name it after you too, or is it just 11?
No, it's so when you see it on the website, they have my name on there next to the shade, but it's just to identify like who I am. It's not necessarily Melissa shade. It's just Melissa's shade
Well, I
is
also
11.
think a name is more memorable than a number, so that's helpful.
So it was really cool, and it's been such a weird week just because I've been posting a lot of my face on my story from this brand Live Tinted, and everyone has been so wonderful, and they've been reaching out to me, like the girls from the campaign, and also friends,
so
and also
cute.
people that I haven't even really talked to in a while, and they're like, oh my god, I love this brand. This is so crazy and cool that you're part of this campaign. And then so it's just been a really interesting and uncomfortable week because I've been grappling with these compliments and this attention, and it's not really something that I'm used to like receiving all at one time in this way. But the real uncomfortable moment that has stemmed from this was, you know, my mom's so cute. She like shared the launch video with her friends. And we have like a big family group chat. And my mom was like, sent a screenshot of my face and was like, you may recognize this person in this like campaign, check it out. Ulta, like she's like being a hype woman, she's like, check it out in your Ultas in US and Canada.
I love that.
But the thing is like, I've heard from my mom, I've heard from my family members, my aunts and uncles have like said congratulations and that it's so exciting, my cousins, but the one person that hasn't really said anything or really acknowledged it is my dad.
Oh,
Yeah. And so I've been talking about it in the house, and my mom's talking about it, and I'm like, oh look, and he has not really said anything about it. It's so weird.
that's
like
fascinating.
Yeah, so I don't even know how to feel about that. It's like I not that I want or need like a I don't even know what you say in these situations, but like
Good job. Like,
yeah, I don't
cool.
I don't know, but like he is really has not acknowledged it at all. It's so
That's
odd.
interesting. I wonder why.
Yeah.
So like you're saying, to this day, he hasn't really responded? Not even like oh, interesting, or like, oh, cool, or...
I even was like, look, and I showed him on my phone, like, oh, look.
Yeah.
To both my parents at the same time.
And he
like,
said...
nothing. He's just like,
Silent?
yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird
so
vibes.
I didn't think much of it because everything else was happening around me. Like people in the room were acknowledging it and stuff, but my dad has like stayed
Quiet?
about it. So I don't know.
That's fascinating. I don't know what
I don't
to
even
make
know
of
how to
that
unpack.
either.
I don't even know how to unpack that.
Like, is it even a thing? But all like,
yeah.
okay.
Like maybe he feels weird about it that like I'm in this ad campaign, but then I'm also like, I'm not going to assume what he's thinking.
I'm not gonna assume. You shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. So I acknowledged that was happening, and I noted it down and it made me uncomfortable because I was like, huh, that is weird. Because
Can we celebrate this growth moment for you though? Because I feel like Melissa of past would definitely assume what your dad might be feeling or thinking about it, and it would affect
and make
you.
it about me.
Yeah,
like
and make it
personal.
but make it negative and personal
exactly.
about you, which it might not even be.
Yeah. So maybe he feels uncomfortable about maybe something about this. I don't know.
Maybe like his kid's face is everywhere. I mean, how does he feel about the industry?
I feel like it's it could be that because I remember when I first said I booked this job.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "Are you sure it's not a scam? Like, are you sure it's not like?"
That's funny.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, fair.
And fair.
and fair. And fair. But funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So
my
keep us updated on if your dad ever says anything, because I really wonder why he hasn't made a comment about it.
I know. It's weird because my mom was like sharing it and stuff.
Well, of course your mom's
about
sharing it.
Yeah. And
She's like a stage all of a sudden, even though... did you even tell her you were doing this? Like,
I remember when I first got she was there when I left for the casting call.
Okay.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this thing, and she didn't really understand what it was. But then I came home with
how could you? It's very LA, random. Like so, we're not. This isn't your life. She didn't train you for this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The most LA thing I've ever done in my life was be part of a community casting call and be booked as a model for
That's
a
really
campaign. Funny. What is this side quest that I've done? But yeah, it's been a crazy ride. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and we can get into it in more detail, but I also want to hear about your experience.
Oh, right. I was like so about like hearing more. Mine was quite the opposite. Mm-hmm. This was a self-elected, highly uncomfortable moment for me. Yeah. So I did a boudoir photo shoot for myself.
Yeah.
And I figured like our anniversary is coming up anyway. Mm-hmm. And I used the pictures to create like a cute little, you know, those like viewfinders from back in the day.
Yeah.
So you can custom order them and you can put in your own pictures.
That's so
like
cool.
I took the photos from that and I like made it a thing. It was like the gift, right? But just the whole process of doing it. So one of my good friends, she actually did it first and she loved her photos.
Yeah.
And she was so excited about it and was like, you need to do it. You have to do it. So I also went on Instagram and signed up for this like contest to do a free boudoir shoot. And when I told my partner about it, he was like, this is a scam. Like, this is...
It could really be a scam.
And it could really be. He's like, there's no way it's free. I was like, it's not free, obviously. Like, how would she do
Make
her
money.
business?
Yeah.
Like, exactly. Like, there's parts of it that are free. And then, obviously, you have to purchase some parts of it. Like, I don't expect it to be 100% everything is free with no... You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense for her time. But so I won and I had to submit like a personal story of like
That's
why.
So
and
cool.
so I think there were a few winners, she said. And, so I went there, I got my hair and my makeup all done. Basically the only thing I had to pay for were the pictures. And so the promotion was free hair and makeup, free posing, everything except for the actual pictures themselves.
Yeah.
But like she gave me a massive credit towards the pictures. Mm-hmm. So I went ahead and got some digital ones because I don't really want like a blown up picture of my boudoir self on like the mantle.
Boudoir self. I love it.
Yeah. And it felt so awkward because they did studio makeup.
Yeah.
And I obviously for like the pictures.
I remember you posting on your close friends story.
Yeah, I need to share that. I was in like my little sweat set and I was like,
yeah. And I was like, girl, you got some lashes on. You got some lashes.
Lashes to Jesus. They were, I peeled them off immediately.
Lashes to the sky.
I was driving and I was like, this is much for me right now.
It's a hazard.
I was going out to get like breakfast. So I was like wiping some of the makeup off because it was just too much.
Yeah.
But that was a self-elected. And I told her, I don't know how to pose. I don't know what to do with my arms, my face, my body, like everything. Mm-hmm. So that was quite uncomfortable, but also really fun and worth it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to structure these stories for us, for whoever is listening and watching. So we both, I mean, I guess I self-elected to do this as well. Did. I took myself to casting call. But what would be, from your experience, the top 3 most uncomfortable parts of your experience?
Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah, because obviously the whole thing... Right. This whole process is uncomfortable, but everyone can say that. But let's get into the nitty gritty of like what specifically were the 3 top things that in your mind you can recall being the most uncomfortable part.
Okay. I think I'm not going to go in order. They're just whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
One definitely was, so she had me like hang out and we chatted a little bit while she like pulled up the pictures and did like a quick edit. And then she had me pick the pictures that I like the best off like a TV screen. Yeah. So like she's sitting with me and I'm like judging my own pictures and selecting the ones that I think are best, but she's also looking at them with me. And we're both looking at my pictures on the screen together. That was highly uncomfortable. And then another uncomfortable part was just like, I mean, obviously in a boudoir photo shoot, you're mostly naked. And then for some of the pictures, you are naked. So she made me feel so comfortable. She was wonderful. But just having to like pick an outfit,
So wait, so how does this, because I've seen those ads on Instagram actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So some places provide a client closet where you can pick items and wear them. And then her specifically, she's like, come in whatever is comfortable for you. She gives you like options if you wanted to purchase things. I actually only ended up buying one thing because I wanted to buy it anyway. But the rest is just items that I had at home. And so that was like really uncomfortable trying to like pick and choose what I look
Feel
good
good
in.
in.
And also that the biggest uncomfortable is like feeling like I don't look good. And then that hinders you, you know, when you get kind of stiff and you're like, just.
Oh, you're like really aware that you're being photographed? Like,
yes. Yes, very aware. And she's telling me to like move my body a certain way. And I'm like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
just
hard to
people,
like lock in. Like just let go and also lock in. Like
that's how does one both let go and lock in at the same time? And I had to keep reminding myself, this is just for fun. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So I think those were the most uncomfortable ones for me.
I would say I have a little bit of an overlap. And the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that first of all, this photo shoot day was like 10 to 12 hours long. Like Jesus. It was long. And to be fair, a lot of it is because I had to wait around for a bit. Because there were just so many there were two studios attached to each other. And so it was, one side was more photos of the before and after photos that they took. And so if you see me at Ulta or on the Ulta website,
I did see your before and after.
So it's like they have the before side of my face and the after side. So that is not one photo. They didn't just do makeup on one half. It was they took a photo of me before, and then they had to like match it with the after photos. So those were very specific, very like you have to stay still and like get the same smile, same angles, everything.
That's crazy.
So that was the part that one of the parts that was very uncomfortable, because I had to stay still. I had to be very specific in my movement and like holding a smile. And to be fair, again, like this photo shoot was very like, all of the people working it were women. It was very comfortable. Like they made us feel very comfortable and feel very, very seen. And like, it wasn't what I feared it was gonna be, which was a very LA stereotypical experience of like everyone's snooty, everyone's like selfish, and like, you know, it was surprisingly in a good way. All the girls that were part of that campaign were wonderful. Like they were the vibe was high. Like it was very, very unexpectedly lovely people. It was great. And so even the people that were working the cameras and things like that, all lovely people. But it's still like, for me, being in front of the camera and having to pose and have 5 people in front of you checking your hair and making sure everything's in place, and then the person that's assigned specifically to just reviewing the photos, they're not even looking at me, they're just like reviewing, looking to make sure.
Looking at the screen.
And it was just like, and the photographer could tell that like my lip was like quivering a little, because I had been holding the smile and I was nervous, and it was like lights, everything on me. And they were like, okay, we're gonna just like loosen up and just let's reset. And I'm like, okay.
I had to do that too.
Yeah And the whole time I just felt like such imposter syndrome. So that taking those photos, uncomfortable. I think the other thing that was uncomfortable for me at first, at least, and I loosened up throughout the day, was these girls are like beautiful. Like these other girls that are part of this campaign, beautiful. And like we were told to come in with no makeup on. Obviously they were going to do our makeup and hair and stuff like that. Everything was very natural too. They asked me, how do I normally have my hair? And they just kind of refined it so that you could feel as comfortable as possible. But like these other girls, not all of them, I would say, because it was a community casting call. It wasn't like model call. Like they didn't pull from like a modeling agency. But some of these girls, they've done jobs before. Like they've done modeling jobs before.
Right. Like this
it's
is
something that they are used to doing. And they are just naturals, and I am not. And so
I would say they probably have had a lot more practice.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I was very uncomfortable at first, especially when we started doing like group photos and group video, because they were like, okay, pick different movements as the camera's coming by, and I'm just like, like, I just want to default to the millennial peace sign.
Yep.
Or just like a head tilt. And like, you know, I think they did find that like my strongest part, like strongest or most comfortable self was just me smiling and being genuinely smiling, because when I was trying to do model face or like different kinds of things, I was just uncomfortable. And they were like, okay, let's just lean into like happy-go-lucky, let's just have a good time.
But can I please, that was so hard for me, because that's the easiest to do, I think, for me too. But the boudoir was not that.
It's not like that. Oh my god, I can only imagine.
We did one picture where I was like just smiling like normal, like happy, and I was like, just did not fit. It was just,
did not fit the vibe.
No.
I can imagine. It's just like,
and then there was one picture where she was just taking a picture of like my backside, and I was still smiling. Like,
that is so fun.
Like, as if like my smile's not coming out through my butt. Like, I don't know what. But it's just uncomfortable.
I know that these are personal photos. It's very different than like my photo. They're like literally out at stores and stuff like that. And this is, your experience is not that, but God, no. I wish I
mean, I'll try to share like a more safer work one on the page, so at least folks understand
the experience. Yeah. But yeah, I think the last thing I would say that comes to mind in terms of uncomfortable is honestly this rollout experience of the pictures coming out, because I was so afraid that like because we took the photos, we saw some previews, there were some that were like, they take thousands of photos, so it's just like they're gonna pick the ones that they want to use for the campaign. And so I understood that I'm probably like derpy in like 90% of them, right? So probably 95% of them. And so I was afraid that I was going to be the person that would mess up the photos in the group shots.
So
and it's very negative mindset, you know?
That is.
In the time that we were doing it, I was whatever. We're embracing it. I also felt very uncomfortable too. I will say, as a bonus uncomfortable moment was the attire that they wanted us to be in was like a neutral, like brown top, and then jeans, like whatever jeans you're comfortable in. No, I was wearing a dark brown like top. We were all kind of in browns or like tans or beiges or whatever. Okay. So like,
but natural. Okay,
natural. And then like I ended up shopping for like a brown tank top that I felt like I felt comfortable in, but at the same time I didn't feel comfortable in, because it was a tank top and I don't really like certain angles of my arm. Like I was very aware of that. But again, I was thinking of that in the background when these photos were being taken, but then I just had to trust the process. It's gonna be what it is. All these women are all different shapes and sizes. It's fine. We all should be feeling beautiful and all this stuff. So I really leaned into that while I was there. But then when I went home that day, I was like, I wonder if like how these photos are going to turn out, and if like none of my photos are going to be good, you know? So there was that uncomfortable negative thought.
I get that though. But, yeah, I was like, oh my God, what if I take all these pictures and she tells me I have to choose and I hate all of them?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, like people think that all the time, and typically people love more pictures than they think they're going to love, and you want to actually buy all of them. And I'm like, okay,
that ain't gonna be me.
Right. Like, you haven't met me.
Which I'm sure all the women that do the
feel the same way. Exactly. And then she was right, and I did like a bunch of the pictures actually, and I was like, oh, that weird thing that you had me do actually looked good on camera. What a surprise. Felt so awkward in the moment. But overall, I get that of like, they're not gonna be good, they're all gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And what a negative thing to think also.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, mindset matters.
If I could say really amazing, beautiful thing, like compliments to these other girls that were part of the campaign, why can't I say those things about myself? Is what I was thinking, you know? Like
I was flipping through her lookbook and I was like, oh my God, like these pictures are so cute, they're so beautiful. And then I had that moment where I was like, I wonder if they thought that when they took the pictures, you know?
I think the through line in both of our experiences has been really leaning into that like discomfort, because I never thought that I would be a model for even saying
for
it
anything.
It's weird for anything that is sold in stores that people can actually see and buy, but I went into that experience through the casting call like, whatever happens, like I'm trusting. I wouldn't have cared if I didn't get this campaign, but since I did, and I started to feel these uncomfortable things of expectations and assumptions, I was like, you know what, I just need to lean in and let go, because I'm here already, and I'm just going to be present in the moment, because the whole time I was just like, wow, what am I doing here? Trying to take everything in.
Yes.
So I really went into it feeling like it was an opportunity for me to, one, try something new that I've never done before, and two, meet new people, because all these people, I'm so glad I met them. Like, I wouldn't have met them if I didn't have this experience. Yeah. So
that is hard, though. It is hard to just like lean in and let go and just like trust the process. And also too, I think there's that part about what you said of being in the moment, because it wasn't until after all the pictures were taken and she like was like, oh, I'm gonna go downstairs and start working on it, take your time changing into your normal clothes, that I finally was like, oh, like that's when I took my picture that I sent on my little story, was after, because I'd gotten changed back into my like sweat set, and I was like, okay, I can breathe now, I can look around the room, I can appreciate, you know, the setup
this
and
experience.
like but it was hard in the moment because I was so in my head. And I have pushed myself. This is not the first set of pictures I've taken. We went in Hawaii when I did my solo trip. Oh my gosh, I'm actually doing a photo shoot when we go back. So my mom, Ross, and I are all going to Hawaii next week, and for her birthday I hit up that same girl to do a little family photo shoot for her. It's gonna be so cute.
That's so cute. Oh,
but
wait,
in that same,
should I do that when I go? I'm going in October.
Oh my god, you should. I'll send you her number.
Okay, yeah.
She's amazing. I'll link it for everyone. She's wonderful. Yeah. She makes me feel so comfortable. Like, she's so sweet. But same thing of like, okay, it's gonna be okay. Be in the moment. And this is the second time I've tried to take pictures, because taking pictures historically has been so deeply uncomfortable for me since I was a kid. It's just always been like a point of criticism and like, what's it called? Discomfort, because I just looked different than all of my friends growing up. I was like taller first, had boobs first, like it was a lot. And it was really rough not looking like everybody else, and also my mom having her like expectations because of her modeling background. So it's always just been, so this has been like, I forget
your mom is like a beauty queen.
Correct. And I will never forget her. She doesn't like me sharing the story of her making me practice smiling, but like, I think it's funny now as an adult, but she would literally make me practice my smile before school pictures. And she's like, it's too forced, try again. And I'm like, okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And like, so eventually I was able to take really good, like just normal one pose smiling pictures. Wow, your smile looks so natural. I'm like, yeah, thanks, because my mom forced me into it. Just took a long time.
It's muscle memory, because I've practiced it so many times.
Like the models that probably you encountered, right? That were more comfortable. Practice. Yeah. But yeah, it's just, I think it's always been a sore spot for me. And part of the reason I took the pictures was to force myself to confront a thing that has always been uncomfortable. Yeah. So this was just the next layer down of discomfort in terms of being that naked, literally, in front of the camera. So if it's something that you're struggling with as well in terms of not feeling like you can do, so if you've been considering applying to be a model for something, or trying the boudoir shoot, or literally just signing up for like a photography session of any kind, just try it. I mean, like, find someone who's not super expensive. In my case, I did it because it was free. In your case, you did it because, I mean, they paid you.
I got
their product, right? It was free
product
to do.
And got,
exactly. So just do a low barrier to entry kind of like situation.
Yeah, I will say the way that I helped myself feel more okay about it was really shifting my mindset from it, being like, oh shit, I'm gonna be in front of a camera, to oh wow, I get to be part of this this experience.
That's beautiful.
Whether it's for like for you, it's like, oh wow, I get to be part of this experience. I'm proud of myself for pushing myself to be in this position to have this experience.
Yeah.
So I tried to shift my mindset because I was feeling very anxious that morning, and I was really trying to give myself all the tools to feel a little bit more comfortable. So I think if anything, just tell yourself, it's a well worth, time to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. And at the end of the day, you don't need to share any of these photos. You don't need to share any of these photos. No. Especially if you're doing like just the photo shoot for yourself, like hiring a photographer. None of these photos need to see the light of day at the end of the day.
That is true. But it's just for you.
It's a good practice in and settling and accepting yourself for who you are, your body for what it is in that moment, and being practicing gratitude for it. It's like a practical example of trying to capture yourself and your essence. And I think it's a practice in radical self-acceptance when you're in front of the camera. So
it really is, though.
Yeah.
So thanks for that. Okay, well, if you're feeling comfortable and you want to try it, I recommend confronting it head on, because it can actually be fun. And I know, Melissa, you had a blast, and if you're going to Alta Scene, you should definitely look for Melissa on the pictures. Shade 11.
Shade 11. Literally, that's all my family has been saying. Oh my god, it's Melissa, she's Shade 11. Like Shade 11. Catch Shade 11
hey,
at
it's
Ulta.
Shade 11. Catch her at Ulta.
I'm just like, I'll never live this down, but I don't care. It was a fun experience, and I'm so glad to have it. So
same. Look at us.
Yeah,
growth.
Look at us. Growth in front of the camera. All right. Well, this wraps up our second episode of the season. If you haven't listened to our previous episode, our premiere episode, please do that. And if you aren't following us on whatever platform you're listening or watching us on currently, here's your friendly reminder to follow us, press that subscribe, and if you're feeling extra generous today, maybe hit a little rating on there, give us 5 stars, and leave us a little review. We love seeing our little reviews from our listeners, because then we feel a little bit more connected, and then we can know how to improve this show for you guys. So with that, we will see you on the next episode. Want more of the I'm Uncomfortable podcast? Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at I'mUncomfortable.podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Facebook group, the I'm Uncomfortable Club, to gain early access to our episodes and exclusive content. We're available wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.